Miyabiyama in his startling new Mawashi, fighting Aminishiki. Well, Miyabiyama set out the last couple of bashos, not looking too good here, looking a bit woolly, and they're losing rather spectacularly to Aminishiki with the uwatedashinage. Gets spun well and truly over the top there, so he's not really looking like his old self. He was a much more concise and rougher fighter before, now looks a bit flabby. So Aminishiki's second straight win and first loss for Miyabiyama. Now this is Daizen against Hayateumi, but Hayateumi damaged his knee against Dejima, and that's made him drop out. So it's Daizen who gets the fusen gachi or fusen sho, which means win by default. So second straight win for Daizen, and Hayateumi is out of it. Otsukasa, who's been mixing his techniques a bit recently, trying lots of different stuff, fights Tamanoshima, who got the Fighting Spirit prize the last basho. Well, that was very neatly done into the crash, and then Otsukasa just simply pulled back and dragged Tamanoshima down and won with hatakikomi. Akinoshima was always asked about his record number of tournament prizes, but he says he gets a bit fed up being asked about them. He said he'd much rather win a basho than win all the prizes, although each prize is worth 2 million yen or so. I think he'd just like once to win a tournament, but hasn't been remotely near it for a long time. Well, he's got Tamakasuga on the edge, almost. Tamakasuga there had the two arms round his body and managed to spin the upper body of his, little bit of a twist, and that was enough to drop Akinoshima down. First win for Tamakasuga, first loss for Akinoshima. Tokitsuumi fights Dejima. Both of these came into pro sumo at the same time in 1996. Both came from the amateur ranks, the amateur champions, that is, in Japan. Dejima went to the top very quickly. The last year or so, he's been sliding down. Tokitsuumi had a good basho last time, he had 11 wins. That's his first loss so far. And second straight win for Dejima, so perhaps he's on the road to recovery. Last basho he had 6 wins, one before that 7 wins, one before that 5 wins. So a pretty poor record, but he's had this inflamed calf muscle and also a lower back injury. Now Kyokushuzan, the Mongolian. Toki did a little bit of amateur sumo when he was at university, not a lot. When he came into pro sumo, he started at the very bottom in the Jonokuchi division, unlike the other amateur champions who usually go in halfway up in the Makishita division. So that was an easy win for Toki there. It's the first time he's ever beaten Kyokushuzan. They had 8 head-to-heads before this bout, and Kyokushuzan had won all of them. So first time win for Toki. Tochiazuma there, settling down. Now we have Takanonami, man who's had 2 basho wins, 2 tournament wins in the distant past, in 96 and 97. You're fighting Tosanoumi, never quite managed that. These two have fought 30 times. Takanonami's won 21 of them, but Takanonami seems to have reversed that downward slide he was on in the last 2 bashos at least. And he's looking stronger here as well. So Takanonami overwhelms Tosanoumi and forces him out with yorikiri. So certainly looking better is Takanonami. We know he suffers from bad ankles. He carries a lot of weight, 163 kilos. It's about 350 pounds. But his ankles seem to be all right so far. Now Asashoryu had only 8 wins in his last basho. He fights Buyuzan, who had 11 wins. So a slowish start by Asashoryu. Very neatly ducks under Buyuzan's arms and spins him down. So that's looks a bit like an underarm throw, but it was more like a duck under the arms of Buyuzan, and then a swift shrug down. So Asashoryu's first win there. Now Tochiazuma says his 2 big influences in his life is his father, who is of course his stable boss, Tamanui stable boss, but also Wakanohana, the ex-yokozuna, who retired a year or so ago. Tochiazuma's certainly looking stronger these days, although at 144 kilos, has perhaps the same problems that Wakanohana had when he became yokozuna. He was a little bit too light, and it's difficult winning all the time if you're a lightweight sumo man. Well, Tochinonada there was driving in hard to Tochiazuma, but he looked comfortable at the edge as he slapped him down with hatakikomi. Second straight win for Tochiazuma. So into the headbanging start, almost, not quite head-to-head. And then a twist on the edge, and down goes Tochinonada. So certainly looking comfortable, not looking too fussed so far. A lot of pressure on him, of course. Everybody's saying, well, if you win this one, you'll be yokozuna. Chio Taikai on his way out, getting ready for his bout, which will be against Wakano Sato. Here he is, Wakano Sato, coming out, sitting on his own cushion. Now we have Kotonowaka against Kaio. These two have had 24 head-to-heads previously. Kaio's won 17 of them. And it was Kaio who won this tournament last year, the Haru Basho, in the same venue a year ago. So even start there by both men, but Kotonowaka goes for the tsupari, the slaps to the face, but Kaio looked pretty comfortable there, pushing him out. Kotonowaka some 8 kilos heavier than Kaio, but nevertheless, Kaio looking the more powerful of the two. There you see the slaps to the face. Those pushes to the face have to be accompanied with footwork, and it's slightly odd footwork as well. As the right hand pushes, the right leg has to come forward, which is not a natural movement. It's more natural to step forward with the left and push with the right, but in sumo it's right arm, right leg, left arm, left leg, in that order when making the tsupari, which is not quite the same as the harite. Harite is the big slap from the side, almost a knockout. Tsupari is just a thrust to the face, neck, upper body. Now we have Kotomitsuki against Musoyama. They've had 8 head-to-heads previously. Kotomitsuki's won 5 of them. Both of these did well last tournament. Musoyama had 10 wins. Kotomitsuki had 12. Yet again, Kotomitsuki jumped the gun. See the speed he comes out from that crouch. But this time it's Musoyama who cracks him with a head to head. And he's overwhelming Kotomitsuki. Yeah, no way he's going to survive that one. Incidentally, when these wrestlers go out head to head, they actually aim with their foreheads. It's the foreheads they crack in, not so much the top of the head. Forehead to forehead is an ideal buchikamashi, which is the, or tamazuki, the head banging start, which doesn't do a lot of good with their brains either. There you see it, you see the bang there, the head's going in. In fact, they practice this head move against the big solid wooden poles they have in their training stables. They practice the tsupari and then the head into the pole at the same time, so got pretty tough heads. Famous face there, formerly known as Chiyono Fuji. Here looking at his protege, Chio Taikai. Now we have Wakano Sato fighting Chiyo Taikai. They've fought each other 7 times before. Chiyo Taikai's won 6 of them. So the money's got to be on Chiyo Taikai, and he's looking strong. Certainly looked very much stronger his last tournament. Had 13 wins. The one before that, he sat out. One before that, he only had 4 wins. Seems to be back on a roll again. So even start by both wrestlers. Wakano Sato locks in tight, tries to get 2 arms in. Chiyo Taikai is not noted for his belt sumo. Likes to keep it open. Now he's got 2 arms there. Kotenagi throw on Wakano Sato. Well, that's a change. We don't normally expect to see Chiyo Taikai locking in on the belt, especially against somebody as powerful as Wakano Sato. So that technique there, the Kotenagi, that's all the body weight on one of the opponent's arms. Great favourite of Kaio, of course. And Takanonami does it to a degree. Arm-breaking technique, if ever there was one. Let's watch that one again. So now you see Chiyo Taikai avoids his normal start, comes straight out and looks for the belt. Kanosato there's got his underarm grip on, can't quite reach with the other one. That's denied him by the position of Chiyo Taikai's arm under his armpit. You can see it hanging there. Then there's that brief switch. All that weight goes in on one arm, and a little bit of a push to finish it off. Now the concluding bout of the day, Musubi Naban. Sashimaru fights Kyokuten Ho. They fought 5 times previously. Sashimaru's won all 5 of them. Had a good start yesterday when he beat Takanonami very comfortably. Shouldn't have too much trouble with this one. It's a powerful start, 2 hands in, and the Yokozuna is looking very powerful this time out. 6 straight wins in their personal encounters for the Yokozuna. And a little bit of prize money as well. Well, that was very comfortable. Well, at the end of day 2, we've got Musashi Maru, Chiyo Taikai, Kaio, Tochiazuma, amongst the top-ranking wrestlers, all with 2 straight wins apiece. But plenty more bouts to come. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly with day 3.